From city restrictions to permits, this build had it all. Let's tour this beautiful metal building out in Prosper, Texas, and break down the cost. Welcome back, Pack. This is Adriel from WolfSteel Buildings, and we're out here in Prosper, Texas. We're out here in the super cold with Ed behind the camera. Ed, yes. Are you cold?
Man, I'm freezing. It's a little cold out here. You know, it's I believe in the little high 20s, I guess you would say. But man, it's freezing for sure.
Man, so we got to get some action going on so we can stay warm. But we got some amazing talk about this beautiful project you're seeing behind here. A lot of city restrictions, a lot of planning that went involved, permits requirements, and then we're going to talk about all the details from the foundation to the metal building. Yes. And as we're speaking, on the left or right hand side, the pricing for this build is going to be showing up. To give you an idea, what does it cost? What is this process cost, right? Yeah. So that's super important. And Ed, we have a giveaway today.
Yes, giveaway time. You know, we love giving away free stuff here at WolfSteel Buildings. So what's that question, Ed? But what's that question that, you know, our viewers have to answer during the tour?
If you just leave it in the comments, what is the panel design that we did for this beautiful project? And you can see behind here, we're going to be talking about the panel designs. We're going to be talking about the lean-to, and then the windows, which are special because they're like transom windows, and then the inside, which is special because this is a 14-foot tall. This is like a superstructure in my opinion, but definitely is a really upgraded tubular metal building. So aside from that, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on all our social media channels. They all have different type of
TikTok
content,
Instagram.
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram.
Yes, the whole shebang.
Yeah, the whole shebang. But definitely our YouTube channel, which is we every week we're posting every Friday a project that we're building. So this last year, 2025, we were really blessed that we were able to help a little bit over 300 families build their metal buildings. So thank you for trusting us, Texas. And again, we only service a certain part of Texas. So in case you want to know where we service, a certain parts of Texas.
Certain parts of Texas.
I'm cold and I need some action going on right now.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Woo, look at who we got here. And they just joined us. Hey, buddies.
Hey, boy. Hey.
They're probably smelling my dog now.
Right.
Hey, buddy.
That's a perfect way for an intro right there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Look at this.
Wow.
Hey, and by the way,
awesome.
We're starting to get a lot of pets to be on the channel.
Oh, yes. One of the previous videos were some horses. Man, if you haven't checked that video out,
oh, you got to check that one out. So for some reason, the YouTube algorithm did not really help us a lot in that video, but that video is actually really, really good.
Yes.
Thank you, Ed, for bringing that one up. You ready to get this going?
I'm ready. I know the dogs are ready, and I know I am, so let's go get it.
Let's go.
Texans, we're really giving this away. Yes, a real 30 by 40 metal building. Not a discount, not a grind, the real deal. Whether it's a shop or garage or that space you've been talking about for many years, this is your shop to make it real. Don't miss out. Click the link right now or visit our Facebook page to enter.
Alrighty, Pack. Before we start talking about the foundation, let's talk a little bit of the planning phase. So during the planning phase, part of it definitely has to do with planning the whole project, but it also has to do with the permits and the restrictions. There were certain restrictions from the city of Prosper, which is a little bit north of Frisco. I believe there were some height restrictions, certain setbacks that you had to have from the property. Based on how big the property is, I mean, you got a couple acres here. Yeah. You definitely have a lot of space to build a shop. And originally, our client was planning to build back here. But after getting a bid for the power or running electricity, it was like, man, the further they were from where they were going to draw the power, the more cost it was. Okay. Yeah. Always plan for that as well. Where's your power come from? Is that coming from your house, or are you going to have to have a separate meter? And that will all determine the cost for your electricity. Because when you're talking with us, you're definitely getting a price for the building. You're getting a price for the foundation, for the whole thing except plumbing and electrical.
I see.
We are starting to offer some electrical, but it's still in the beta phase.
Beta.
One thing that he had as a challenge is that the septic system that they had, he still had some sprinkler system that had to be capped out and moved around. And he definitely has enough space for their dogs to have a
great time,
A
right?
great time.
And then another thing I wanted to point out as well, he originally wanted a 40 by 60 as well.
Yes.
And so because again, some of the restrictions, having to move the building size, he would have to, make it into a 30 by 60 instead, right?
That is correct. And then on top of that, the city did require specific engineering.
Yeah.
So that case, also specific engineering could added extra costs to
makes sense.
his project.
Yep.
And then keep in mind, like every location, especially when you're involving permits, will have different codes, different restrictions, different requirements. And then also another thing is like a metal building for a shop, it's not the same as a residential or a commercial. That doesn't necessarily mean that they don't meet the wind loads. It's just that each type of building also has different types of, a different code that you have to follow. And here we definitely had to follow a different code, which I believe was the IBC code. It just depends in certain locations. Locations can be the IBC, the IRC. This is all more on the construction details. But anyways, so it's a little cold, so bear with me today. I'm doing my best today. Now let's start with the foundation.
Yes.
Okay, we're in Prosper, Texas. All of Dallas, all of North Fort Worth, there's a problem. And that problem is that there's a lot of clay under here, especially in the first 5 to 10 feet. There's a lot of clay there's constant movements, which is shifting from swelling whenever it rains and dries. So what problem does that create? What that does is that the foundations are constantly moving. And for that, one of the biggest important things for a shop is that the foundation, the footings, when you look at a plans, say, hey, minimum 12 inches. However, that is into undisturbed ground. Undisturbed ground is what you see right now. Like right now, you can start seeing that the elevation starts dropping. So usually what we have to do is bring in alien soil to level out the ground where we're gonna set the foundation. Okay, but all that alien soil is not going to be as compacted as well as the ground that's been here for years. So what does that mean? Whatever the elevation that we bring in of alien soil, the footings have to go past that alien soil into undisturbed ground and 12 inches into undisturbed ground. That's going to be a solid foundation. Our whole foundation, we have like a 42 inches of footings in that back corner. I believe about 30 some on this side, 18 around here, and then 24 inches on that side because there is a little bit more of a slope
That way.
Gotcha,
I see.
So 24, 18, 42. So all that depth of the footing has to be into a solid ground. So that way, as it's moving around, it's still a lot more solid. And then internally, we also have cross internal beams to tie in the whole slab. That way, as it moves, it's still tied together and minimizes foundation problems. Now, obviously, if you're building a home, a commercial, it's gonna have different requirements to build a solid foundation. Now here we also did a nice approach so that ramps up and gives you a nice access to the building. This is really, really important because again, we're gonna leave our foundations a little bit elevated so no water is gonna seep in. That's extremely important. A lot of times I see like on Facebook groups and like forums talking about metal buildings, like how do I prevent water from coming into the building? The only way is with a good foundation, with the good notch details, with good brick ledges, what you call them. And also elevating your foundation minimum 4 to 5 inches above grade. So here our foundation is sitting at like right here's the foundation.
Yep.
We have the panel, then we have the base trim. But the foundation's up here.
Yeah.
So in order for water to really go up here, it's just gonna be pretty impossible. Yeah. Especially with so much slope, all this water is just going around the building. But this is actually important to have an approach where you have a door entry. Especially if you're gonna have multiple door entries, then you definitely need a lot because your foundation around it or your grade around it is not gonna be flat.
Yeah. Edward loves dogs, as you can tell.
Well, at least they keep me active right now because I'm cold. Alrighty, Pac, let's get into talking about the beautiful structure you're looking at. This is a 30 wide, 60 foot long, 1,800 square feet of a main structure in the inside. It's going to be 14 foot to the eaves. So overall, the height of this building is around like 17 to like 18, if I'm not mistaken. The roof is a vertical roof, so the panels run from the peak to the side, so all the water just drains nice. I know the industry still offers like a horizontal roof. Definitely it's a no. Do not do that.
No.
What you can do is you can do on the sides a horizontal walls, which is still offered and we still offer it. It's still a good option. This is basically the most upgraded you can do of a tubular build. There is other upgrades you can do, but a lot of the bells and whistles have been added to this project. Let me mention some. So overall, this is the vertical panel. This is an upgrade to the horizontal. We definitely have 26 gauge panels, so it's a lot more heavier than the 29 gauge panels that come offered standard in the tubular industry. Color matching screws, beautiful, nice and lined up. We definitely have double pane windows. So these are windows that are insulated. They're not the single pane windows that are not insulated. These are double pane, and this is 30-inch by 53. So it's a little bit more of a bigger windows, which I think they look phenomenal.
Man, they look
what do you
awesome.
think, Ed?
Man, they look awesome, especially coming from the inside. You're looking outside. Man, you're able to see so much of the outside, and it's very natural. So a lot of natural light as well.
Which, like, obviously the foundation's a little bit higher. The height of the actual finished floor is a little bit higher because definitely we have our base trim, which redirects water away, keeps all the rodents from coming in through the ribs. But overall, like, if I was a little bit higher, this is like a perfect height where you're walking and you can see.
Yes.
You know, you have a lot of a window that you can see outwards.
That is correct.
Compared to like the 36 by 36 windows, or like just the nice square windows. These are beautiful in the sense that they're taller and just gives you a lot more of it. Especially, I know we're short, but some of our clients are really tall.
Right.
Which, by the way, like the height of the windows, you can control like the height that you want. Obviously, depends what type of building you're doing and the restrictions. Sometimes they has to be at a certain, from a code perspective, a certain elevation for egress. But it's a shop. It's not supposed to be for living. You basically can control, for most cases, what you want. Gutters was upgraded on this build, and they look phenomenal. I think it makes a tubular building really, really nice. Yeah, so we got the gutters up there that are 6 inches, and then the downspouts. Again, this is made out of aluminum material, which is not the same material as our sheet panel. Our sheet panel is made out of steel or metal, but the color, it's not gonna match, but it's pretty good when it comes down to black, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's literally almost the same thing. Yeah, it looks exactly like it. Honestly.
Then check this out. This is a flush panel design. Again, flush panel design. Wink, wink. Man, and it's starting to get really nice and warm.
Ooh.
My hands now.
Why is that? Because it's what? Insulated.
Well, it's insulated in the back. So in the
Yes.
back is this is an insulated door. This is not a roll-up door, okay?
Makes sense.
Roll-up doors are not insulated. Overhead doors, the beautiful thing about overhead doors is that there's so many custom designs, so many different colors, and so many different variations of what you can do, but you can get them insulated. So our client's gonna get this building insulated, I think tomorrow or on Wednesday.
Yes.
But we wanted to come in here so we wanted to come before,
Yes.
so we can show you the inside, because the frame is spectacular.
Yes.
I was really excited to show this on the video, so I was like, no, let's go before the spray foam. But our client's insulating the whole building, so it doesn't make sense to not have insulated accessories. If you are going to insulate your building, you're going to spend so much money on your spray foam. You know, you want all your accessories to be insulated so you can really control and maintain a thermal control in the inside. That makes sense?
Yeah.
If you're going to do flush panel design, we do not do them if it's not insulated, because you would see a lot of oil canning if there wasn't insulation in the back that keeps it nice and sturdy. Awesome. Does that make sense?
We actually had I believe the same door at a building over in Abilene. Was it the right or the same way? It was a gray.
It was actually the same. I'm not sure if it was black or if it was gray, but I think it was black.
I think it was black. Yeah.
It's just like this one. Beautiful. Again, this is one of my favorite overhead doors. And then again, all the weather seal again to seal it off nice, clean. And then one thing to keep in mind is that we fabricate our own metal buildings, okay? Especially our tubular buildings out of Weatherford, Texas.
Yes.
which means that we also custom order all our trims. One of the things we try to do as much as possible is that we want to make them as seamless as possible. So right here, around here, we do a nice U trim that caps off the frame that's behind it, so it doesn't look like it's sticking out here, and there's no screws you can see here. And then on top of that, we have a J trim. That means that all the water is being redirected out here in front of the base trim, because usually the industry will use an L trim. So there's screws here all the way around the doors. I don't like it personally. It doesn't look as clean as this. And then the L trim is not necessarily flashing, so all water is gonna fall like around the doors. If you have notch detailing, it's not a concern. And it's really hard to explain unless I really had like a diagram and stuff. But this here with the J trim actually being in the front, it's redirecting water in front of the base trim and then away from. Definitely has more insurance since we do our own concrete work. We do all our notch details already anyways, but we do have some clients that actually get their own concrete. And if they don't do that, then the L trim is definitely gonna create a problem for them.
Makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's why we did it, because still there are some clients that do their own concrete. Let's talk about this beautiful lean-to.
Yes.
So this lean-to is 12 foot wide by 40 foot long, and then it's starting from 11 foot. Again, the main structure is at 14, so this is 11 foot to 9 foot. So it's about a 2 foot drop, which is what we recommend for a 12 foot lean-to minimum.
Yep.
Okay, because if it doesn't have enough pitch, then any water that, especially here in Texas, the way it rains is not straight, it rains at an angle.
Yeah.
If it has less of a pitch, you can still have water that's running up and under the flashing and getting into your building. This is a good pitch. It's fine. It won't be any issues.
Right here, this gable.
Yeah.
Woo, it looks nice.
Our client did a nice gable that came down. It's a little bit down more than a gable. It's like a little bit of a gable extension. So it's coming down to meet with the cedar encasement.
Yes.
And then cover all the headers
Wow.
on the side also with custom paneling and trim. It looks really, really nice.
Yes, and you were mentioning something about the rendering design as well. Literally, from the rendering design to in person, it looks exactly the same.
Basically the same thing, just the way it was imagined by our client.
It's beautiful.
So again, this is what we call a gable extension, and then covering the headers.
Yeah.
And that is something that you can definitely ask for, because covering the headers is not a custom thing. It's not a standard thing.
Yes.
You would have to ask for it. There's many different ways that we can cover it. This one we did like nice little short panels, because this header is about, I'm assuming it's gonna be about a foot, a little bit over. And we got the double header, because this is double leg, double header, double reinforcement to support, yeah.
And then cedar encasements as well. Wow. Funny story on the cedar encasements as well. Talk
Yeah.
to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is cedar encasements that we did. So behind here is the actual steel post. They're anchored to the ground. Then we came back and added this nice cedar encasement, which is more aesthetic. And we do have a funny story.
Pepper and drinks. There's some sort of animal. You can hear it squeaking. It might be a squirrel. Sounds really loud. But because that's open, I guess it fell in and now it's stuck in there. And the dogs have been freaking out. I didn't know that they were even out here. They've just been outside while I was trying to put Teddy down for a nap, and they've destroyed our pillar.
There, look. So one already flew off over that way. Look. What in the hell?
Crazy.
Why couldn't the bird get out?
There's pretty confined space.
This is absolutely wrecked. Oh, there's no nest, as far as I can tell.
I thought that was hilarious. But we definitely do come and do these cedar encasements after we have already done the whole structure. And we did a really good job of like planning here how it lines up with the concrete. And we do have to come afterwards, because the gutters, the downspouts are attached to the structure. If we didn't have this, then we can't really attach the downspouts. Does that make sense? Beautiful vertical trim that we ran along the connection point. Again, trims are really, really important to cover, the cuts, because it's like metal. When you're cutting, It's very hard to get straight lines, straight things with panels. That's just the nature of working with metal panels. Look at the elevation here. And our client, while we were pouring, our client did definitely do. Look, they got the little feet of their.
That's
I'm
beautiful.
assuming there's three kids. And then we miss you. Where's your paw, buddy?
It's a good drop on this side compared to
Absolutely.
the front
You
side.
can see how much the elevation has dropped from over there to here. And all that is it's additional work, it's additional grading, and more fill that has to be brought in to fill in inside the foundation.
Yep.
You ready to go inside?
Yeah, let's show these viewers what a real engineering building looks like.
Absolutely. Before we get in there, also check out this beautiful light. It's beautiful. Obviously, they already got their lights under their lean-to, but then this light is really nice and residential, and I like the way it looks.
It reminds me of I'm not sure if you ever played Minecraft, but growing up, I played Minecraft, and they have a light that looks just like that.
Oh yeah? That's funny. I never played Minecraft, but a lot of my nephews do. So here, this is a French door, and our client definitely provided it. Have your own custom doors or custom windows. As long as you have them on site, we can definitely install them. Keep in mind, we do need to know the specs of the doors and windows to be sent over to us during the planning phase, so that way we plan for it, because there are certain windows that are not for metal buildings. The windows have to be for new construction, and they have a specific type of flange that are adequate for a metal building.
We get it. Starting a new metal building project can feel overwhelming with concrete here, installation there, permits somewhere else. At WolfSteel, we can take that headache away. From site prep to the last screw, we bring every service under one roof here in Texas for Texans, so you can have your metal building without the stress. We handle tubular buildings, red iron weld up and bolt up buildings, permitting assistance, full concrete slabs with site prep, plus any demolition if needed. Concrete coating options, various installation options, a gutter system for your building, custom doors, windows, and even cedar accents if you want a more rustic look. You need more, like mezzanines, balconies, or masonry, we got that too. We do not service outside of our service area, nor provide material or kits only, and our services do not stand alone. We focus on full turnkey Texas metal building projects. WolfSteel is the easy choice. Texans, we've got you covered. If you fall within the service area, contact us today. If not, I hope our channel is helpful for your metal building project.
Oh wow, man, that looks stunning.
Again, this is I was really impressed when I was seeing this going up, and we were getting videos and pictures of the project as it's going up. Again, with our crews, they are required to communicate with us as they're going through the process. That's how we also maintain control of everything that's going on. That's from the foundation to the structure. This structure, again, it was engineered. An engineer had to come in and do a specific set of plans. I've been getting a lot of comments or questions about, like, hey, especially all over the nation, since we only service parts of Texas, people do reach out, and one question that has come up quite a bit is like, hey, I don't know if I can trust my builder. I don't know who to trust to build my structure. It just seems like there's just so many companies out there, and I don't know how to trust or who to trust. And my biggest piece of advice is buy a set of engineer plans. And if you buy even a specific set of plans, it's even better. The reason is because this is a customer and this is the builder, okay? From the customer to the builder, you have to trust that the builder is building the building correctly. But a builder is only supposed to build according to how a set of plans, okay? So if you do order a set of plans, that's the one in the middle. You get an engineer involved. It's definitely going to cost a little bit more. And a lot of times, even if your area or you're not required to have a permit or any restrictions, a set of plans are not required, still buy them. When you buy this set of plans, now the builder is required to meet specifically what the engineer is saying. It's going to cost you a little bit more, but it's definitely worth it. Here, the city required it, okay? And so this is what you're seeing. We're seeing for 14-foot legs, double legs, all the way up. And then even on the end walls is double legs. which by the way, that's how we build regardless. But I'm still amazed here in Texas and from what I see on like Facebook groups and stuff, end walls for 14 foot are single leg, and even the main columns, which are the bearing walls, the most important wall being single leg, you definitely see swaying. 14 foot leg should be double leg, just like this. Like that's a minimum, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But because I've seen buildings with 14 foot legs and single legs, and they just start swaying nice and beautiful.
That's scary. That's some scary stuff there.
So here, the specific engineering definitely required diagonal bracing on the corners for extra support.
Wow.
Every single leg right now is required at 4 foot on centers. One of the things I love about the double legs is that every leg has 3 anchors. So it's just, this is super solid.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of comparisons between red iron and, you know, in a tubular structure. Double legs is making up for almost like an I-beam.
I-beam.
Again, my famous, you said my famous,
stance.
right? A single leg is like, I can get pushed,
Yeah.
but the more I open up my stance, that's why I-beams are common in red iron.
Yeah.
Same thing what we're doing here is like double leg, welded, a lot more reinforced, super solid structure. And then we're coming in doing spray foam.
And the client also ran electrical as well, and I mean, it came out really nice too.
Yeah, so our client did her own electrical. Again, we're starting to offer it in beta, so not all our clients we can offer, but our client, the way they did it, it looks really, really good. They ran definitely their conduits on the exterior. Cables should not be touching the exterior panels, okay? So by code, they shouldn't. They should not be touching the exterior facade or the cladding or whatever you want to call it. The way they ran it really good. Obviously, because here required inspections. So our frame was inspected, our foundation was inspected, and definitely the electrical had to be inspected, as well as the rough-in plumbing that they did out there. The reason why I mention it is because you'll be amazed how electrical they run it touching the exterior panel. And so it shouldn't, because the exterior panels gets really, really hot.
What I was saying, Ad, was that whenever I step foot in a building like this and I see the frame and how reinforced it is, it makes me feel very secure.
Yeah.
Especially if I was to have family or kids. I know they played pickleball here a couple weeks ago, and they were loving it. And
They said at Thanksgiving they were playing pickleball, which,
Yeah.
by the way, if you're planning to build a pickleball court, reach out to us. We want to build a pickleball court,
That would be
and I want to record myself playing pickleball because I've been getting into pickleball. Ernesto,
You're a
our sales
master.
director, is really, really good at pickleball.
Awesome.
Even then, man, like
Yes.
you're investing this amount of money on something, even if it was like, say, from $20,000 and up, that's still a lot of money. And so want to make it done right, so that way it becomes an investment and not a liability, you know? So especially when you're selling your property, if you ever sell it or you hand it down to your kids, you want it to be something that lasts long and your money is worth it.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend transom windows. A transom just basically means they don't open. They're just for lighting.
Yeah.
We can do many different sizes we offer right now. Definitely consider it. It's a natural lighting. Let me show you how it is without lights.
Wow.
You can be hanging out here, and there's a lot, obviously you got a lot of the windows, but you got the transom light windows that are bringing in natural lighting here.
Yes.
Highly recommend them, especially for if you have a shop in the inside. I know there's skylights, which is panels that are like polycarbonate panels that can be installed. I'd rather do a transom windows. They're gonna last you a lot longer.
And then that's another way that the way he positioned the windows as well. You know, the sun's almost like hitting those windows, and you're able to get all that lighting.
Especially in the morning, because it's
Right.
rising right here, and it
Yes.
was hitting. Obviously, it's gonna get higher.
Yeah.
You're not gonna see as much of the sun.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that we had to do here, which I'm gonna turn on the lights so you
Yeah.
can see even more clearly, is that wherever the transom windows were located, we had to build header bars to support the trussing, because we got the columns coming every 4 foot. You can see how we had to build header bars to, you know, to create an opening. And so redistribute the weight around the transom windows. And then we had to build a nice solid header bar, which is doubled for this beautiful overhead door. Notch detail all the way around, so the door's sitting right nice and flush, no water's coming in.
This building came out really nice. I mean, again, shout out to the crew, man. They do an awesome job. And
Shout out to the whole team,
Yeah.
from the planning side to the whole execution. It turned out really, really nice. I know they were hanging out here on Thanksgiving. Client's super, super happy. I'm blessed.
we're super blessed again for everyone that that trusts us in building their dream space, their dream workshop, garage space. It's an awesome feeling.
No, and it takes a lot because there's a lot of moving parts. So a lot of it has to do with their system and our team. We're on it, and man, it's an amazing feeling. So
Yes.
aside from that, guys, Ed, do you have any final questions?
No final questions, man. It's cold, and I'm ready to get back to the office. I've never been more happy to say that.
I tried my best, guys. My brain kept like freezing. My mouth, I couldn't speak what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It was an inexperience for sure. But I hope the B-rolls of this project
Yes.
and the information I was able to provide
Yes.
helped you guys. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section below.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.
What's up, Pack? Remember to stay up to date with everything that we're up to by checking out our social media. You can find us at WolfSteel Buildings for behind the scenes action. We share our latest projects, update on what the team is working on, and all the exciting progress happening in real time. Don't miss out on the action, and remember to give us a follow.
Tubular or red iron?
We get that question every single day. So today we're walking through this red iron build and showing you the major difference between both.